Hello children, welcome back. Children, when an electric current is passed through a high resistance wire like nichrome wire, the resistance wire becomes very hot and produce heat. This is called heating effect of the current. The heating effect of the current is obtained by the transformation of electrical energy into heat energy. For example, dear children, please remember that all the appliances which run on electricity do not convert all the electricity or electric energy into heat energy. Only the electrical heating appliances convert most of the electric energy into heat energy. For example, when electric current is passed through an electric appliance such as fan, then most of the electric energy is used up in the running of fan. Only a small amount of energy, electrical energy, is converted into heat energy by the fan. Due to this, an electric fan becomes slightly warm when run continuously for a longer time. On the other hand, when electric current is passed through the electrical heating appliance such as heater, electric kettle, hair dryer, immersion rod or a geyser, then most of the electrical energy is converted into heat. And all the electrical heating appliances have a heating element or a heating coil made up of high resistance wire like nichrome, which helps in converting most of the electrical energy into heat energy. Now today we will be deriving the formula for calculating the heat energy of the electrical appliance, and this is also known as heating effect of electric current. Imagine this circuit diagram. If a current I flows through a resistor or resistance R and T be the time for which a charge Q flows through it, then work done to move the charge through the potential difference V will be QV. So we'll start with the formula W is equal to Q into V. Let us take it as equation 1. Children, you have already studied that current, the formula of current is I is equal to Q upon T. So we can write this as like this: Q is equal to I into T. Let this be as 2. Now, as per the Ohm's law, we all know that V upon I is equal to R. Okay. So we can write like this: V is equal to I into R. Let it be equation number 3. Now putting these values of equation 2 and equation 3 in equation 1, let us write this as again W is equal to, in place of Q we will write I into T, okay, multiply by V. In place of V we will write I into R, or I square into T into R. Or now you have to assume something. We will assume that all the electrical work done or all the electrical energy consumed is converted into heat energy. So we can write heat produced in place of the work done. So I am writing heat produced is equal to I square R into T. So this is the new formula which we are getting, and we will be using it for solving the equations, solving the numericals. Okay, this formula, actually I'll write it again. H is equal to I square R into T. Okay, this formula gives us the heat produced in joules when the current of I ampere flows through in a resistance R ohms for time T. This is also known as Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating. Okay. According to Joule's law of heating, given by the formula H is equal to I square R into T, it is clear that heat produced is directly proportional to the square of I. For example, if we double the current, then the heat produced will become 4 times. And it is clear from the formula that H, heat produced, is directly proportional to the resistance. For example, if we double the resistance, the heat produced will also get doubled. Okay, so this means that a given current will produce more heat in a resistance wire than in a high resistance wire than in a low resistance wire. And it is also clear from the formula that H is directly proportional to the time. Okay, if the current is passed through a wire for double the time, then the heat produced is double. Okay, so please remember this formula as well as the 3 conditions. Thank you.